Приветствую вас, друзья! И мы продолжаем проходить черный глаз Memoria. Ну. Да, нас тут на домашний арест посадили. Так, что у нас тут есть?
Tomorrow the fortress will set out, and I'll be on it. The world must recognize once and for all what I'm made of. How? They locked me up in here. I travelled the Rashtulian wall, so I've already seen more than enough plants. It feels like wax.
Воск.
Mustn't look at it for too long.
И все? Больше я ничего не могу.
I must join the battle. Let me talk to the Admiral.
I'm truly sorry, but no. And now, please go back and sleep.
Понятно. Они разве шевелились?
The leaves are swaying in the wind, but there's no wind here.
Угу. Дух воздуха.
An air spirit is playing in front of the window. Hey, you're an air spirit, aren't you?
Поговори со мной.
Talk to me. Why are you here? Come to me. I need your help. Can you carry me the way the air mage is carried?
Он издевается?
Let's play.
Давай дружить.
Let's be friends. Let's fly.
И он все ближе и ближе будет, да? Надо правильно... Давай сыграем в прятки.
Let's play hide and seek.
Спрячься от меня.
You hide, and I have to find you.
Нет? Давай я спрячусь от тебя.
I'll hide, and you have to find me.
Нет? Спрячься от магов.
You hide, and the mages have to find you. I have a better idea.
Спрячь меня от магов.
We'll both hide from the mages. What shall we do? They would find us right away in this room.
Ух ты. Я могу летать. Ничего себе. На крышу. В обсерваторию. Непонятно куда. Правое окно, левое окно. Главный зал. А здесь что?
Is that her? Yes, but what is she doing here?
Admiral?
I thought the evil mage had locked you up in his tower.
Yes, but I jumped out of the window.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Eh, Joachim?
Take me with you to the battle. I won't disappoint you.
And she has courage.
Yes, but no weapon. Besides, she almost played into Kasim's hands. I think it's too risky.
Оружие с благословением, драконья битва, уверить невиновности.
I didn't know about the prince's plan.
I heard, but how do I know that you won't unknowingly aid him again? As long as we don't know his plans, I won't take any further risks.
Оружие.
What sort of weapon do I need in order to come with you?
We're fighting against demons, so something blessed would be good. Bring me some kind of weapon, and my companion will take care of the blessing. He is a Deont.
Diont would be more like it.
Ariakos, please.
Битва.
What do you know about the battle?
It is said that the demon lord Borbarad is planning an invasion of the damned in the Gorian desert, and Rohal the Wise will oppose him. Rohal's troops have been preparing for the big day for months in Zorgan. Meanwhile, more and more demon scum are forcing their way out of Borbarad's portal into the Gorian desert.
A lot of effort for a slaughter that will only last a few hours.
However it may end, it will change Aventuria forever.
Дракония.
Why are you anchored outside Draconia?
The air elementalists helped us build Keshalri. We had hoped they would continue to support us.
But they're only interested in elements and the harmonies of the spheres, not in politics, no matter how bloody.
The Council will merely send a group of observers on board, but no more than that.
Good. Then there'll be someone who can tell the world about me.
That would be much too selfless for that bunch.
The elementalists have long planned to withdraw from the fate of the world. They expect that the battle will make this decision easier for them.
In other words, they hope it'll be so disgustingly bloody that they'll never have to leave their little ivory tower again.
If that ivory tower still exists at that point.
Армия демонов.
What will it be like to fight against demons?
Horrible. There's nothing more terrible than being exposed to the madness of such a creature.
They don't act or think as we do. Their bodies are not made of flesh and blood. And they're almost invulnerable to common magic.
How does one kill something like that?
With blessed weapons, a lot of luck, courage,
And a gigantic flying fortress.
Летающая крепость.
Why a flying fortress?
No matter what, we must prevent the plague of demons from spreading. That's why we're carrying the battle directly to Borbarad's door. No living thing has ever faced so many creatures from the nether hells as we will in 3 days' time.
You should know, demons are tough, nearly invincible.
One must lure them onto sacred ground in order to defeat them. And since we can't do that, we'll bring the sacred ground to them. Keshalri is a monumental floating temple built to carry the light of the gods into the middle of the armies of darkness.
Доказать невиновность.
You want to learn the prince's plans? Then let me see him.
Out of the question. That could be exactly what he wants. Stay away from that bastard.
Ясно.
I'll be back soon.
Адмирал.
He commands the flying fortress. They're planning their attack. A cleric of Hazinda is sitting next to the admiral. What does the goddess of knowledge have to do with a bloody battle?
Печать.
That looks like it's an image of the mask. But what is it doing here in Draconia?
Many unexpected things rest in these halls, my lady. Draconia practically lives off this mysterious aura.
It's oddly warm, just like everything down here.
Чё? Подземелье?
We're in the foundation of the fortress. The pillars stretch into infinity. That's no regular fire. It keeps changing its shape. The halls are filled with the crackling of lanterns. Something's different about this lamp. This flame sounds different from the others. It almost appears to be singing. This flame,
Зал драконов. Ой. Как так получилось? Получается, в зал главный нельзя. Вдоль потока. А если выйти, то я буду опять... Да, тут. Так, значит, здесь я был. Туда нельзя. Обсерватория, крыша. Крыша я понял, обсерватория понятно. Давайте сюда.
Xerxes!
not yet. First I
Да,
need...
я понял, выходи. А если его не отвлекать?
In the meantime, I learned to fly without one. Street merchants use this to thrash little children when they catch them stealing.
Кинжал мой, да? Нет, нет, нет.
Xerxes!
Давай еще раз. Только никуда не выходить.
It smells terrible. No time for idle recreation. I can see the heat rise above it. It's hot. And now, where shall I put it?
Вылетел. Эй! Вот я вылетел, а это кто? Здесь кто летает? Нас две. Я клонировался. Давайте в это. А, все правильно. Он меня не услышит же?
Xerxes!
Как ты меня услышал? Ксерксис этот. Ой.
Xerxes!
Но его можно отвлекать, значит... Чайником, да? Но сюда я не пройду. А, посох.
So this is where they took him.
Нет, нет, нет. Не ходи сюда. А еще раз. Нет, его уже отвлекать нельзя.
It's hot.
И как тогда? Давайте в обсерваторию посмотрим. Что это у нас такое?
They appear to be floating. What kind of sound is that? I've never heard anything like it. Three horns on a platform. War is raging outside. and the mages are listening to the spheres. But if the demons win, there'll be nothing left to listen to. The horns can be turned.
Куда?
What kind of sound is that? I've never heard any.
А как слушать?
3 horn. War is raging outside. But if the. What kind of. I've never heard. What is that? It sounds like a whisper. What kind of. I've never heard. What kind of. I've never. The whisper is getting louder.
You must find the garden. The name is in the garden, and without the name, the mask is worthless.
I know, but where shall I begin? No one here knows where it is, let alone whether it even exists.
It does exist, but to find it, you need the mask. I'm so close. While the most powerful men in Avestan smash heads in the Gorian desert, I'll restore the realm of my fathers, and there will be no one left to stand in my way.
Is this the same garden the staff spoke of? What is Kasim planning?
Большой брат. Это я подслушал его план, что он хочет сделать. Что еще можно? Нет.
What kind of sound is that? I've never heard.
Да.
What kind of. I've never.
Ну, что-то больше ничего и не слышно. Пойдемте на крышу посмотрим, что там на крыше у нас.
I've never seen that many fresh vegetables in my life, not even in the palace. They're growing beautifully.
You are the woman from Fazar, correct? Weren't you sent to your room?
Isn't that strictly my business?
I'll just ask Xerxes. Xerxes!
Ц. Если сразу на крышу. Вот там какой-то человечек в клумбе. Как ее отвлечь?
They're growing beautifully. She's attending to the plants. Kasim is sitting in a hole at the top of the tower. That leaves him enough room for an even deeper fall.
Так, ну-ка. Я же могу через обсерваторию наверх как-то, да? К нему. Или не могу? Не могу. Давайте сюда.
Is that the Gorian desert?
Yes, and the enemy's fortress lies in the middle. Hordes of demons are going to pour out of the portals. We'll attack from here.
План принца.
I eavesdropped on the prince. He's looking for some garden. He wants to use it to seize power after the battle.
Surely not the Garden of Oblivion.
You know something about it?
Well, yes. It's just a legend, but they say there's a hidden cave somewhere in the Rashtulian Wall, near the volcano Rashtul Kancharot. The cave bears the name the Garden of Oblivion, because everything that takes place there is forgotten by time itself, whatever that means.
Does the legend also mention a mask?
Yes, there was something about that, but I'd have to do some research to be sure.
That doesn't sound like something I need to concern myself with. If Kasim's attention is really on a cave in the Rashtulian Wall and not on the battle, then he's no longer my problem, so we can safely turn our attention towards our actual goal.
The Garden of Oblivion? Have you ever heard of that?
No, never. But this story gets stranger from page to page. I may be mistaken, but something about this garden feels wrong. I can't say what just yet.
Keep reading.
Admiral Wahim turned a deaf ear to every warning, but I felt the danger emanating from this garden. The girl, on the other hand, had tasted blood. I think she imagined the garden was something that could help her achieve her ambitions, only she didn't know precisely how.
Ясно.
I'll be back soon.
Оружие нужно мне, да? Как мне посох взять, если он... А, его уже отвлечь тем более нельзя. Что с ним сделать? Зарезать его, что ли? Так.
There must be another.
В смысле?
In the meantime, I learn. I can't lose. No.
Печка.
I can't lose. There must. There must.
Xerxes!
Xerxes.
Never. I'm tired. But if I fall asleep, they'll take me back to Fazar at dawn. That must not happen.
Да, это must not happen.
That can't be.
А что тебе возможно отрезать? В зале стоит этот человек. Так, а если... Как она меня увидела вообще? Так. И она меня вот тут замечает уже, да?
I don't need a piece of that.
Ну...
That won't help me.
Да.
Oh, Zers.
А если так? Ясно. Значит, туда никак. Что еще мы можем сделать? Почему метлу не берет?
In the meantime, I learned to fly.
Возьми метлу. Отвлечь я его уже не смогу.
It's hot.
Да, it's hot.
There must be.
Чайный столик, посох. Не
In the
ходи.
meantime, so this is where they. No.
Каменное лицо. Блин.
Xerxes!
Xerxes.
That won't lead to. I can easily. I don't see any. I'm not going to.
О, оружие. Блин. У меня же есть оружие.
The fire doesn't react to that. The fire does.
А на это?
The fire doesn't.
Ну и не реагируй. А этот?
I'll save my strength. I'll save my.
Так. Вот у меня есть оружие.
Bless this weapon for me.
A simple dagger.
I'm fast and agile with it. It has done me loyal service.
That's enough for me. However, the blessing will take some time. Pick it up from me later.
Well, are you taking me with you or not?
I don't know what you think, Wahim, but I like her.
All right then. We set sail at dawn. Rest until then. The cots in Keishalri are far less comfortable than those here. You've come just in time, Xerxes. The girl has just joined our army, which in my eyes makes her a good bit more sensible than your entire council.
All right. If you vouch for her, as long as she doesn't hurl us all into disaster, I don't care.
He didn't like that at all.
Quite right. Well, back to the fortress for me. Here's to a glorious battle, you two.
I'm going to look round the library a bit. The talk of this Garden of Oblivion has made me curious.
О, теперь я могу свободно ходить, да? Ну, какая маленькая. В главный зал.
Who built these halls again? They would have immediately joined the army against the demons.
В зал совета. А, ну это где я был. И так долго ждать, да, когда она идет. Было бы весело, если бы нельзя было это пропускать вообще никак. Давайте на крышу. Теперь мы, я думаю, свободно можем тут ходить, да? Ну-ка.
I've never seen that, not even. They're growing.
Посмотреть вниз.
They're growing.
Может, с ней поговорить?
What are you doing?
Psst. An earth spirit is sleeping beneath us. It sees to the fertility of the soil. Right now, it's asleep. Please be quiet. All right?
Хорошо. Давайте вниз посмотрим.
That I would meet him here of all places. As far as I'm concerned, he can rot in that hole. We're directly above the room with the spheres. It's too deep, and I still need my legs.
Дух воздуха. А там она говорит, спит дух земли, да?
The spirit made a symbol appear. I don't want to get too close to Kasim. I won't fly there until I actually have a reason to. An empty hexagon.
То есть мне нужны еще остальные силы. Вот у меня воздух есть, земля, вода, да, и все остальное. Интересно. Зачем?
Hey, Kasim. He's ignoring me.
Ну и пожалуйста. Пойдемте посмотрим. Что еще мы можем сделать? Так, давайте в окно. И сюда.
Xerxes!
Calm down. I'm allowed to leave my room now. What sort of room is this?
A workshop.
And what do you do here?
As an ore elementalist, I study stones and crystals.
And dangerous artifacts.
Those too.
What are you studying now?
An elemental sphere. Don't bother me, I have a good feeling right now. The work is going very smoothly.
What do you know about this mask here?
I don't like it. It gives me an uneasy feeling.
Have you taken a closer look at the stuff on the table?
Briefly.
And?
It is ensouled. Longer study will show what lies within.
Aha. You only research things that give you a good feeling?
I associate warmth and light with the sphere. With the mask, I associate only cold flesh and death. Does that answer your question?
How are you feeling now?
I associate warmth and light with the sphere. With the mask, I associate only cold flesh and death.
Понятно.
I've never seen anything like it. It's aligned with this orb. Why not with the mask?
Я не смогу взять.
Stay away. This artifact might be dangerous.
Мне нужно ему сказать, чтобы он... Так, больше ничего нет. Магическое устройство.
It's aligned with this orb.
Чтобы он исследовал маску, да? А для... Так, метла.
You must have a lot to keep clean.
Yes, and I hate it. I hate this broom.
Ненавидит метлу.
It's hot. Is that your tea?
Yes, it keeps me warm. Its aroma reminds me of comforting things and good times.
Ну, да. Я уже понимаю, что делать. Нам нужно будет посох взять и сделать так, чтобы он подумал о маске хорошо, а о сфере плохо, да?
What is this then?
It's a whetstone. I'm indifferent towards it. It just serves its purpose.
A round piece of rock. It's broken. A pile of rocks. The stone tablet is broken.
Don't remind me. I tripped and now it's ruined. Every time I think about it, I almost lose my will to live.
What are these rocks?
Don't be arrogant. They're not mere rocks. They're oars, and very important and valuable to me.
Значит, чтобы ему что-то не понравилось, ему нужно указать метлу и табличку, а что понравилось, чай и руду, да? Что за лицо?
A stone face is protruding from the wall. It's winking at me.
Оно мне подмигивает.
Hey! No answer.
Все. Посох.
They chained it to the table. It looks as though we're finally rid of each other. Aren't you talking to me anymore? As you wish. What happened to Rahwan was terrible. I hope you know that.
И мне нужны твои способности. В смысле?
Are you still mute? Fine. We don't have to talk.
Так. И что, мне надо менять его мнение без посоха?
Hey! No answer.
А как мне это сделать?
That won't lead to...
Так.
I have to know something.
What?
Исследуй маску.
Examine the mask.
Later.
When later?
Please, stop harassing me with your annoying questions. I feel good about this sphere right now. I need to make use of this inspiration.
Хорошо.
He knocked it off the table in his fury.
Кубок рудного мага.
It belongs to the mage in the cave. I mustn't lose sight of my goal.
Я хотел винишко. Чайку ему может налить туда, нет?
I mustn't lose...
Нет. Это его личная вещь.
Are you still mute? Fine. We don't have to talk.
В смысле, давай, личная вещь.
No. You must have a lot to keep.
Yes, and I hate it.
The stone tablet is...
Don't remind every time.
What's that?
You wouldn't understand even if I were willing to explain it to you. Stay away. This artifact...
Later, I may still need the goblet. They chained it to the table.
И как его освободить?
I don't see any...
Так, там никого уже?
There are 7 runes engraved on it. I don't know how, but I definitely feel it. We're right in the center of Draconia here.
7 рун. Это как раз те элементы. Интересно.
This flames, it almost...
Поет. На.
The fire doesn't...
Не хочет. Ну-ка, в главный зал. Рудная лаборатория. Гостевая. Ого, известные места. Тут что? О, что-то новое.
An underground lake. Another dragon monument? These halls seem to have no end. I feel a rhythm, like a heartbeat. A single hand rests in the center of the ornament. It's only a part of the seal. Something's still missing.
Чего-то не хватает.
Only a little light is shining through. Behind it, I can see the shape of a large statue.
Ну-ка, воды могу взять?
That won't lead to it.
Ну тогда пойдемте наверх. Наверх. А где я? А, во. Даже не увидел. Читальный зал, да, это тот, который пришел сюда в библиотеку. Ух ты, книги летают.
I see water on the other side. It's shiny and clean. Just a moment, there's an odd indentation. There's an odd indentation. I see water on the other side. That won't get me anywhere. That won't get me.
Нет.
That won't get.
Ну, уходи тогда. И чего-то она пригодится.
Someday they'll erect a statue like this for me. It's ice cold.
Ice cold. Так, пойдем сюда. Давай, давай, иди, иди. Оп, и я уже тут.
Do you see anything that interests you?
No, nothing. Why is it so cold here?
The Library of Draconia is supervised by the Ice Faculty. Writing is like ice. It freezes a moment in time. In this case, for eternity.
He seems to be quite in his element.
The ice djinn in these halls has shown me the way to an ancient text. It's one of the few in which the Garden of Oblivion is mentioned.
And?
It's a travelogue by a mage named Halef ben Jalif. He was a servant of one of the Mogul mages and sent out to find the garden.
Which Mogul mage?
The last of the Moguls, Malakar. Unfortunately, he never found the garden, and fearing punishment, he began to hide from his master's lackeys. He feared that if he were found, they would, here I quote, "First place the mask on me, and then transform me into a lifeless artifact."
What sort of artifact?
Who knows? Perhaps a ring or a bracelet.
Or a staff?
Those old Moguls really knew how to ruin someone's life.
What was his name again?
He was called Halef ben Jalif. I wonder if they ever caught him.
Ага, То есть посох это может быть этот маг?
What else do you know about Ben Jalif?
Not much. He was given the mask and sent out to find the garden. That's all it says here.
What does the log say about the garden?
It says that some sort of magic word is buried in the garden. A word that will awaken the true power of Malakar's mask. And that 3 secret chambers will point the way there. The rest is just incoherent nonsense.
Are you sure?
Yes. The search for the garden must have gone to Jalif's head. He babbles that the place was created by an ancient entity, a servant of time, and that Satinav, the Lord of Time, separated the garden from our spheres, so that nothing that happens in the garden would have consequences for our reality. Then there's something about lies that become truth, and a hole in the Book of Time. Obviously the inventions of a half-wit.
Ничего себе.
3 chambers show the way?
Yes, their entrances are located somewhere in Draconia. Keep an eye out for this symbol. You can have the pages, if you like.
Thank you.
Отлично.
However, to open the chambers, you need to have the mask with you. Until you have the mask, there's no point in searching for the chambers.
Are you inciting me to steal?
I'm only here to pass on knowledge. What you do with it is your business, and yours alone.
The garden was created by a servant of time?
Correct. They say this servant sleeps in the 3 chambers and waits for a mage to wake him.
Does it have to be a mage?
Yes. Only the presence of magic will disturb his sleep.
Who is Satinav?
Satinav is the guardian of time. He watches over the Book of Time and makes sure that no one disturbs or changes the things written there.
Has anyone ever seen him?
No, he's only a legend.
There's a spell buried in the garden which will waken the true power of the mask? What is its true power?
It says here that the mask presents its bearer with a choice. He either decides for sweet oblivion or to undo things which once happened, as if they never came to pass.
That sounds very powerful.
Oh yes, it does. More than a few would murder for such power.
That's enough for now.
You know, I find it curious that you've never heard anything about this at all. I noticed your tattoo. You're a descendant of Malakar yourself, aren't you? Have you learned nothing from your forefathers?
No, I'm hearing about all this for the first time.
And our prince, above the observatory. He's your brother, isn't he? I just wonder what drives you. An uncanny determination glows in your eyes. Either you'll achieve the impossible, or you'll descend into the deepest madness.
I won't be stopped.
I only want to warn you. Please, take care of yourself.
Неплохо. О, рисунок.
There's only part of it on the paper, but the cleric said I have to find the whole symbol to find the Garden of Oblivion.
Мы узнали имя посоха нашего, да? Получается. Назад. В главный зал. Давай быстрее. Пойдемте к посоху в рудную лабораторию. Теперь мы сможем с ним поговорить, да? Так, иди сюда. Но поговорим мы с ним давайте в следующей серии. А пока закончим. И спасибо за просмотр. И до встречи.